UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has survived a confidence vote against his leadership. He recorded a 63-vote majority, which sees him cling to power a while longer, but questions now remain over the strength of his leadership. Beth Rigby has more.
The moment of truth for Boris Johnson.
The vote in favour of having confidence in Boris Johnson as leader was 211 votes, and the vote against was 148 votes. And therefore, I can announce that the Parliamentary Party does have confidence.
148 MPs voting against their PM. He wins, but this is hardly a victory. The cheers and banging of desks couldn't drown out the reality. Over 40% of the party just voted against its leader. The PM desperate to turn the page.
I think this is a very good result for politics and for the country. I do. Just in this sense, I think it's a convincing result, a decisive result, and what it means is that as a government we can move on and focus on the stuff that I think really matters to people.
But his detractors think the damage is done.
Unfortunately, the issue can't be settled like that. Over a third of the Parliamentary Party has expressed no confidence in the Prime Minister. A Prime Minister of honour would look at the figures, accept the fact that he has lost the support of a significant proportion of his party and consider his position.
The Labour leader happy to exploit divisions in the ruling party.
Conservative MPs made their choice tonight. They have ignored the British public and hitched themselves and their party firmly to Boris Johnson and everything that he represents.
There had been an uneasy Jubilee truce between the PM and his party. It was over shortly after dawn, as long-term Johnson ally Jesse Norman reignited the simmering rebellion with this letter calling the PM's response to Partygate grotesque and calling on him to resign. Confirmation quickly followed that dozens of his colleagues agreed.
The threshold of 15% of the Parliamentary Party seeking a vote of confidence in the Prime Minister has been passed. Therefore, a vote of confidence will take place.
The PM told on Sunday the rebellion had cleared its first hurdle, with at least 54 of his own MPs saying it was time for him to go. The Cabinet dispatched to insist he must stay.
I'm hoping we get through this vote tonight and we can get on and deliver our manifesto.
He's a dead man walking,
thank you very much.
He's a dead man walking.
Not. He's a strong leader who will get the big calls right. And thank you very much for all your time.
But this rebellion had been building for months, bringing in all factions of the Tory party from all intakes. Pleas of loyalists doing little to change the minds of those out of patience. Like this MP, Boris Johnson's anti-corruption czar, resigning after concluding his boss broke the ministerial code. Is he done, whichever way now?
I fear that is probably the case. I think it's over. It feels now like a question of when, not if. You know, at the moment, insofar as anyone can tell, it feels like the beginning of the end.
And facing such an acute leadership crisis, Boris Johnson nowhere to be seen in public, leaving the Estonian PM alone on the doorstep of number 10 as the British PM hid inside, his political woes disrupting the duties of leadership. And then later, behind these windows, he made one last plea to his party before the voting began. Stick with me, he said, the best is yet to come. The vote tonight shows how many of Boris Johnson's MPs disagree with him. 2.5 years ago, they cheered him on as he won that 80-seat majority. But tonight, 148 of them have said it's time for him to go. From all-powerful to deeply damaged, from untouchable to deeply tarnished, once adored, now disdained. This vote is undoubtedly a mortal blow to his political authority. Yes, he survives, but can he ever recover? The PM's allies like to say never write off Boris Johnson, but history says Tory leaders never shake off the damage of a confidence vote, whatever the outcome. For now, he stays in office, but is he really now in power? Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.